certainly save you $1,000 more. But $2,000 to $3,000, that depends on if you own a car or you want to, how you want to
travel.
Yeah, travel. All those things.
Let me just
Travel
give,
is a little expensive everywhere.
let me just give you my final thoughts about this salary question and thing. I've been living 11 years in Canada and similar time in California for 11 years, close to 10, between 10 and 11 years in California. So more than 22 years outside India. And I'm the best person to tell you how much does it cost to live anywhere in these countries, Canada or America. Right? It really doesn't matter. There are people who are making lots of money. There are people who are making zero money. They're still eating the same food. We are still traveling the same transit. We are still living in the more or less same housing conditions. Our children are going to school, basic school, for free. I cannot tell about America because that's not true. In Canada, the healthcare is free. You know, go to a hospital is free. Pretty much, there are a lot of generous benefits for children, for old people. So, I have never asked this question anybody in Canada how much money you're making, because this question is irrelevant. And it should be for you because you are applying for PR. Who cares how much money you'll make? You are not. If I told you that you will need $10,000 to be successful, and you think that your salary, what you are getting right now, is not something that will pay you, would you stop a decision to immigrate? This question has no relevance. Don't you agree? Isla, yes.
Everything in central of the city. How you manage? There is a share accommodation.
That's right.
$150 per week. $600 per annum.
Many students, especially from India, when they go to US, Australia, or Canada, or anywhere, they are possibly living in a small, like a condominium, one bedroom, and maybe 10 people are sleeping together. Who cares? They are maybe eating only roti and dal every day. Maybe they're not even roti or something. Who knows? I mean, I don't know what they're eating, but they are managing to screw through their limited resources, student life. Once you get married, then you have a wife and children. The dynamics change. Yeah. So I think this question is. Yeah, this question is totally irrelevant right now. It's like somebody saying, I'm coming from a village in Punjab, I'm going to Bombay, Pune or Bombay. I still say Bombay, not Mumbai. How much money will I make? I will not go to Mumbai because I'm not getting the salary. Hey, let's get to Mumbai and let's find out and let's seek our thing there, right? So I hope that asks it. Yes. Without knowing anything a year ago. Yeah. Oh, for years. I don't wonder how they. Okay. Well, yes. Taxes in Canada. Taxes is it's close to, I'm paying about, it all depends on thing. It's a very nebulous question. It's, assume about 29-30% in total for everything. That's the best answer I can say, but don't worry about the taxes, guys.
They have slabs. In India, you have only 3 slabs. There they have maybe 5, 6, 7 slabs.
Many deductions.
But it is slab wise, and practically everyone is taxed. Your income is very low, you're taxed very low. Your income is very high. Say you're making $3 lakh a year, you'll be taxed very high. Say you're making around $50,000 a year, taxes would be very. Let
me ask you again a question to you. If your taxes are rising next 6 months, will you drop your plan to immigrate? What kind of question is a tax question? Many countries who are taxed very heavily, like Denmark and France, the socialist country, people are still not abandoning their French citizen and coming to live in Mumbai, are they? Oh, let's go to Mumbai. The tax here in Mumbai is less. These questions have no relevance at all in the planning for immigrating. What I urge you is you file your immigration, you go to Canada or Australia, live there for 6 months. If you don't like the tax, come back. I have never seen anybody coming back and say, hey, I'm paying too much of taxes. I'm going to save my taxes in Mumbai. I've never seen anybody.
In the last 6 months, 1 year, something in terms of, I think, Canada being now perceived as a little more welcoming and friendly to Indian people to immigrate relative to Australia. Is
Rel-
that true or is that there's no basis?
Relative to Australia, I can tell you relative to US, yes, but I don't relative to Australia.
The only
Australia?
issue is that till 2015, Canada was practically closed. That time you only had an option of Australia. You did not have an option of Canada. In 2015, Canada started out, and in 2014 end, Australia raised their fees tremendously. Earlier, the visa fee for a family of 4 for Australia was $3,000. Now the same thing has been increased to $7,000. So cost-wise, Australia is costlier. It is not that they are more welcoming or less welcoming. Even today, every year Australia government and Canada government releases their annual reports on immigration. In the case of Australia, the number of immigrants from India is ranked number 1. In the case of Canada, last year India was ranked 2.
In express entry is number 1, by the way. Express entry.
Because of the visas issued.
Oh, visa issues, okay. Well, there could be visa issues in different categories. Yeah.
Yes. Last year Philippines overtook India for the first time. India went to the second position. In the case of Australia, first it was China was first and India was second. Currently, India is first and China is second.
Is there also data provided on how many actually got the EI and therefore to compare success rates? Or
I have the data. I can provide you the link to the data. You can go to the open government in Canada, and then you can keep rummaging through all the data for years. I mean, there's a lot of data. I mean, there's a lot of data. By the way, what he was referring to, Indian citizens given express entry visas, many of them are already Indian students studying in Canada. So a bulk comprises there as well. So Indian passport holders, whether applying from Mumbai or applying from Toronto or applying from anywhere. So there is the data. But I don't want to bore anybody with all this because I don't have the data handy with me. I can give you the site. You can run through statistics on how the express entry data was issued. Yes.
That too many people are getting influx in Canada and the jobs are getting screwed up. Is that situation arising or?
I don't think so, brother. Right now, the population of Canada is close to 36 million. What is the population of Mumbai? Huh? 5 CR is what? 50 million? No, what is 5 CR? 50 million. Holy! Look at this.
The entire Mumbai metro would be maybe
So
20 million.
Well, 20 million. Chalo, 20. Okay. So let's take it for granted, brother. Let's take it. So that's okay. No more than 2 Mumbais are filling the whole population geography of Canada. So the population is too low. We need skilled people for sure. No, I'm coming to the answer. There are not many jobs as compared to perhaps Australia or Canada or America or other countries, but it's enough for people who are there. All right. So, but they still need people skilled in some categories. So, I don't see the point where there could be a oversupply of manpower and say people running on the street, hey, there's no job here. What are we doing here? Let's run some cattle business or something, and let's leave and go to some country. I don't think that will happen soon enough, at least in my lifetime, in the next 20, 30 years. So it will not happen. The Canadian system is designed to take approximately about 1% of the total population every year. So close to 300,000 immigrant visas are issued in all categories, by the way, not only express entry, family, humanitarian, refugee class. So 1% they have reckoned as a good percentage to be taken in on the entire population so that they can be provided resources, because all immigrants need resources. We need housing, we need English training, we need jobs training, education, settlement issues. There are a lot of issues. Healthcare, yes, healthcare is big. So we always cap it at about close to 1%. In fact, this year, the ratio it will go to close to about 1.5% or so, and it will gradually increase. So in the next 3 years, we will take around about 1 million immigrants, new immigrants in the next 3 years. So I don't see an oversupply as you were thinking that will happen. Yeah. No, I don't think that's not a problem. Yes. I like the questioners to come forward so that I can hear you well and I can, everybody can hear you. I'm always thinking of in a classroom where backbenchers are creating trouble at the back and they're not paying. No, that's okay. Yes. For IT or yes, I have a list. I will give you separately. Oh, Australia. I can give you for Canada. Australia, do you have any reference? You can give some reference.
I just wanted to, like in my case, I cannot move to Australia after getting PR, so because I have certain responsibilities. Is it possible for us to find a job through any of the, through giving interviews through Skype or something?
First, you want an Australian job site. The best Australian job site would be seek.com.au. Seek.com.au would be the best Australian job site. The second question, can you get a job sitting in India? This answer is for everyone over here, be it Australia, Canada, New Zealand, USA, UK, anywhere. Getting a job sitting in India through Skype interview or this interview and that interview is possible, but the chances are very, very, very bleak. Like I said, आपके field में बहुत ही expert हो, then there is a possibility that you might get a job. I had one guy. He was working in Vashi itself. This is 5 years ago. 5 years ago, cloud computing was something which was new, and he was working on cloud computing. Vashi में बैठ के visa आने के पहले उसको 3 job offer थे, Australia से. Why? Because that time cloud computing was completely new, completely niche, and he was an expert on that. He had worked in NVIDIA for 5 years and had shifted to some company in Vashi. That time his salary was 25 lakh per annum in India. तो उसको इंडिया में बैठ के 3 job offer मिले, लेकिन ये बाकी के लोगों के लिए is not practical.
Maybe you are a master of demonetization or something, or very eclectic skills. You're the best space scientist working in ISRO. Maybe you are writing articles for something. You have got to be very,
The reason for that
out of the box here.
The reason for that is companies over there do not keep a bench. When they come out with a vacancy, they require you to join immediately. Immediately, they might give you 10 days, they might give you 15 days, maybe maximum for 1 month. Your first answer will be, even if you are selected, sir, मेरा notice period 2 महीने का है. और उसके बाद गाँव जाके मम्मी डैडी को टाटा बाय बाय करना है, चाचा को टाटा बाय बाय करना है, मुझे 3 महीना चाहिए, 4 महीना चाहिए. The company cannot wait for that long. So by default, if they see that you're not in Australia, they will not call you for an interview.
You can always buy.
You can do that, but if you're not in Australia, the HR would not call you. No, even if he has a visa, he's talking about having a PR visa and then searching for a job from India.
Is it possible, like, for around 3 or 4 weeks? Is it like largely?
You see, possibilities are always there. What I'm saying is the chances are less. I did not say that you not get a job sitting in India. You might get a job.
I mean, if you've got responsibilities here and you go to Australia and start, you can get a job as a pizza delivery person the same week, and you're making more than what you're making here. Okay, and in the meantime, because you're working evenings, you look for a relevant job during the day. So there's always ways around.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
This question is for Mr. Arun.
Yes.
I just wanted to confirm, now we see that the threshold for the CRS, it goes up, it comes down at times.
Yes.
So I mean, because Canada is inviting more people and they need skilled workers relevant to their occupations.
That's right.
So how, to what level is it going to go? Any predictions that have been done? To what level it will go?
First of all, I'm not in astrology business. I cannot predict what will happen. But if you look at the statistics for the express entry for the past since 2015, it has always fluctuated, albeit maybe a little bit up and down. So I think not this one, the previous, it around 452 or 451, and it has come down a notch a little bit now. So a good score, I think if you have a good score of around 430 or 425 plus, you are in an extremely good situation. All right. So soon enough, it will come and touch your lower threshold, and maybe you'll pick it up. Beyond that, really, nobody knows. If you go on the internet, no matter who is writing or Canadian employer or whichever site or government, they're all predictions. It's like saying, will it rain? Will it flood Mumbai next year? I don't know. It probably will. We have no idea. But your aim should be to elevate your score with English and other improvements to close to 430 as much as you can stretch. That's all you should do. That's all you can do.
That's knowing that. I can speak German. So does that help anyway?
Not in Canada.
That helps if you're applying for Germany or Denmark or Poland, any of the German-speaking countries.
Yeah, I think German. Were you talking about blue card and stuff? And they still have the blue card? No.
Germany has a job seeker visa.
Job seeker visa.
You can apply for, if you are a STEM graduate and at least 3 years of experience in STEM. You can apply for a job seeker visa. You get a 6 months job seeker visa.
That's possible. That is possible when you're talking about Germany.
Yes. You get a job seeker visa. You go to Germany, search for a job. If you get a job, apply for work permit and then start working. In 6 months, if you don't get a job, come back to India, or everything gone down the drain.
It's like a fiancé visa. If you have a fiancé in US, and if you can get married in 90 days, you transition to Greece. Otherwise, come back home to Pune again. There's no marriage, no fiancé. Yeah, the same thing. For express entry, about 7 to 8 months. Yes, but these were clients, my personal clients in Canada, who are living in Canada, who have been graduating from student. They have a experience there, working there. They have good English and stuff. Everything is impeccable. Everything is click, 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 click. There's no investigation, nothing. About 10, yeah. What is that? 5 months here? Come on, you must be kidding. I can't believe this.
Agreement signing say visa grant less than 5 months.
Oh, the
IELTS scores were good. IELTS, they were giving IELTS after they retain the services. But first attempt, they got, we are talking about CLB 9. They got close to CLB 10.
That's a very
they got CLB 10 masters.
CLB 10 is a very high level of, I think it's, I can look it up. I can look it up. How much is it?
Almost 9.
CLB 10. Yeah, CLB 10 is like. Oh no, sorry. No, this is CLB. Oh, just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah.
CLB 10 is 7.5
in speaking.
In speaking and writing, 8 in reading, and 8.5 in listening.
That's a very high score. Huh?
So now they had very good scores. They got an invitation in within 1 month. They got an invitation. उसके बाद में 2 महीने लगे वीजा फाइल करने के लिए. And luckily वीजा फाइल करने के बाद में they got a visa grant in 25 days. Canada. This is an exceptional case. Please, ये 5 महीने का reference कोई भी मत पकड़ो. You asked the fastest time, so I told the fastest time. But this is an exceptional case.
Listening 8.5, reading 7, writing 7.5, and speaking 8.5. Is there a CLB 10?
No, I mean.
ऊपर नीचे कोई किसी में CLB 9 है, किसी में CLB 10 है, किसी में शायद CLB 11 भी रहेगा.
So there's always a grade. So speaking minimum 7.5. Speaking minimum 7.5. It can go 7.5 till 9. It could be 8, 8.5. Listening is 8.5 minimum. Reading is 8.0 minimum, and writing is 7.5 minimum. Then you get this is Canadian language benchmark grade 10. No better English than this in their system. Where's CNB 11? I don't think I have.
12 is 9. line.
I've had British clients and American clients, even sometimes they cannot get this score. Not just because they are speaking American English doesn't mean that they will score well in this, all right? So it's not a... on the other hand, people in India who have been studying grammar and writing and composition and all this for many years in university, they might be able to do better here. Today? Not today? Next week we are not here.
Because we come from Pune, he's come from Canada. He's going to leave for Canada. We are going to
You will see me on Skype.
all three of us. We are all of us in Pune and he's from Canada. Don't drop
I
it.
have another question, and this is for a friend who I just heard it.
Manandar Arora Jayaprakash. Mehta.
I'm sorry, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
So what about the food processing industry? Is there, by chance, someone who is this question?
You're talking about jobs?
Are you reading a question from the Google? Where are you reading the
No,
question
I've
from?
got a WhatsApp.
Okay. Food processing industry. What do you mean food processing?
Like asking for a job or setting up a business?
No, that's the question would be, he's running his own soya food product business here since 2013. He's an engineer and he's just gotten a recent visa refusal for a visitor visa.
For Canada?
2017 Canada, yeah.
Yeah.
He's really keen on going and starting a business there or
BCI, so yeah.
getting
So
a permanent residence.
so this is a classic eligibility for an entrepreneur program. In some provinces like BC has a special impetus on food processing and agro industries in BC. So if he has the skills, which I think he has, the experience, and provided he has the money, he can that's minimum. Well, typically $600,000 in Vancouver area, and outside, if you are going, they want people to come and diversify all across.
Columbia.
Well, in BC, by the way, many people who do not know, a lot of Chinese people, like in Australia, they love to go to BC, and they are bringing huge amount of money and millions of dollars, by the way, by selling their one-bedroom condo in Hong Kong that sells for 3 to 4 million, and they can make a project for 4 million, 5 million, easy, any business, and then we think Indian people say, oh, can we just do it for $200,000? No, that's not enough. You don't get any importance in there. So in this kind of industry, if he's setting this kind of industry, I think he should have at least $500,000. I don't think he can less than $500,000. He can set up anything in British Columbia. It's a very expensive place.
Is that the requirement?
It's a requirement to invest in that thing. That means you have to spend money on. Yes. Yeah.
Clarification.
Yes.
British Columbia is looking at people coming over there and setting up business over there, setting up an industry over there.
Yes. Yes. That's what.
Importing from India, it will not be setting up a business over there.
That will count as capital. That will count as capital. So if you are importing big machines and capital from different countries, and if the bill of the whole machinery itself is $500,000, wonderful. But they want to see that the entrepreneur has spent money in that country, in that BC area for $500,000. Show them the receipts. You're good. You have how much time? What do you mean? You have the summary of the whole project is that you are setting up a business which will work. So, for example, if you are exporting from Canada to India on a regular basis, so you have to run the business for 2 years, and you have to employ at least one, maybe BC has 2 or something, at least one, and then you run the business. If you run the business, your PR is confirmed. You're good to go. After that, you can close down business. You can go anywhere, no problem. That's what we are talking about. Yes. No. Unless he qualifies for express entry under experience and English and other things. So that is a separate issue. It is a good experience. Yeah. I don't see any negative point in food processing experience. Yeah, and yes. In Canada. In Canada, only IELTS. We don't care about PT. PT Australia?
PT, Australia accepts PT, IELTS, TOEFL. Australia accepts only IELTS. For Australia,
Because one is for which one assessment is being
see, if your English is good, say Australian immigration, you get points if you have 7,777 or 8,888. If you are looking for a score of 8,888 and you are falling short in maybe 1 or 2 modules, then PT is better. If you are looking for a lower score, but the minimum eligibility criteria is 6,666, वो भी अगर नहीं आ रहा है, then IELTS is better. IELTS is better for people who are weak in English. PT is better for people who are very good in English. लेकिन किसी रीजन से IELTS में क्लियर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं पेन पेपर के वजह से. तो यहाँ पे पेन पेपर नहीं है, तो here the chances of scoring is better in PT.
Does that make a difference in general and academic?
No. PT, IELTS, academic and general both is accepted. PT only academic is accepted. What medical field?
Sir, medical.
Social work?
Social work, there's
tremendous scope.
There's good scope, yes. People are working in correctional, in counseling, and there's a lot of divorce and things and issues, criminal and other issues in society everywhere. As soon as you get out of India, there's always problem in society everywhere. Australia, America, Europe, people are fighting, people are quarreling, there's mental stress and stuff because they cannot make that money which you're thinking, right? So and there's always social counseling and social worker needed. So there's always this demand. Anyway, you had the question? I'll give you a ready dinner, yeah? No problem. I'm sorry? Yeah, there, yeah, you can finish. I'm taking other questions meanwhile, all right? So have a seat, I'll
But don't have an experience in that way because you need people who are working in one field and have your
This is a big question.
Yeah, so I think
you give me specific
suspicious of
education
of the
and specific occupation, then I'll be able to answer that. What is the occupation?
It's not
occupation.
It's not a problem for Canada.
He has his own company, IT industry, and he sponsors different things.
But she was in one
I'm not able to understand you.
As a research student, she was running additional for teaching. So such kind of qualification, because she was
That's not
any occupation, you are working in an occupation, they would see what is required for that particular occupation. Say I am working as a doctor in India, then they require an MBBS. MBBS छोटे मैंने MBA भी किया है या नहीं किया है, it is immaterial. वो occupation के लिए क्या education चाहिए, that is material. You might be able to claim more points, higher points on the basis of additional education. But whether you have it or you don't have it, it doesn't make a big difference.
Yes.
How important is the IELTS score and your score for the job opportunity?
For job application and actually getting the job, the employers will never ask you for IELTS score. Who cares? I mean, once you are a PR, once you are in Canada, you are living as a immigrant, you are there, you are applying for a job. Some employers don't even know what IELTS stands for. I mean, they are searching for for good talent to work in if she's running a pizza store or any retail, all they need is somebody who can do the job, and they can find out by talking to you for 4 minutes or 5 minutes if you can do the job. They don't need to see your score to find out if you can do the job. So these things are after visa, they are absolutely garbage. Not very relevant. Visa
is given by a government. The government आर्बिट्री नहीं रह सकता है. So they have set up rule and regulation which is same for everyone. Okay? Job is given by an employer who is looking for benefit. उसको उसका profit important है. There the employer will be looking at your skill sets. वो IELTS क्या किया है, आपका मास्टर्स डिग्री इंडिया कनाडा में मास्टर्स डिग्री के इक्वल है कि रद्दी है, वो सबसे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. या like I said for his case, CCNA certification, Cisco certification. The government doesn't give any value to it, but the employer gives value to it. Say in your case, आपने
I'm an MBA in finance in Mumbai, and the assessment time यहाँ पे include नहीं किया. So are they going to include it while CRS? I mean, is it going to include in CRS for degree and MBA degree in finance from Mumbai?
You are talking about an assessment from our end or assessment from the Canadian end? Okay. You must have studied your bachelor's and master's both from Mumbai University. Okay. Ideally,
so are you saying that it doesn't include the master's degree?
No, I'll clarify that thing. Ideally, what happens is, if someone has done bachelor's and master's from the same university, the assessing authorities, 50% of the time they consider it to be a 4-year bachelor's degree, and 50% of the times they consider it equal to master's, 3 years bachelor and 2 years master's. MCom 1 is immaterial. MCom 1 immaterial. Any uncompleted education is immaterial. Okay. Now, let's say that you have done your bachelor's and master's from Mumbai University. I say कि मैंने तुमको master's का points claim कर सकते हो. And tomorrow the assessment authority in Canada says it is only for 4 years bachelor's. Then it has happened in the past. See, when we do an assessment, we always believe in giving you the worst case situation score. आपका स्कोर इससे ज्यादा हो गया, आप मेरा गला नहीं पकड़ोगे. आपका स्कोर इससे कम हो गया, you'll catch hold of me. कि आपने पैसे लेने के लिए मुझसे झूठ बोला. अगर आपका स्कोर बढ़ता है, आप ये नहीं बोलोगे पैसे लेने के लिए मुझसे झूठ बोला. You'll be happy. I'm clear what I'm saying. So, whenever we are in any doubt whether your masters would be recognized as a full masters in Canada, we don't give you points for masters. That doesn't mean कि आपका मास्टर्स काउंट नहीं होगा. आपने मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी से किया है, उस साल का पासिंग परसेंटेज क्या था, आपका परसेंटेज क्या है, आपके ग्रेड्स क्या है, उसके पे WES would either give you a master's degree or they might give you a bachelor's degree 4 years.
Isn't there any set criteria?
No.
Because it's a recognized master's degree, it's a finance degree.
No. You don't like the answer, but his answer is right. There is no
set criteria, and WES is a private company. It is not a government body. कि ये है तो यही करना है, ये है तो यही करना है. अभी WES के I have examples कि तुम ये तुम्हारे दोस्त हैं, दोनों सेम बीकॉम किए हो, सेम MBA किए हो, तुमको मास्टर्स दिया, इनको 4 years दे दिया बैचलर्स डिग्री.
And what if someone's done the same thing correspondence?
तो वही उटपटांग वो कुछ भी करता है, देन इन्होंने एक मेल लिख दिया कि आपने उसको ऐसा किया, मेरा ऐसा क्यों किया, सॉरी वी मेड अ मिस्टेक, आई एम करेक्टिंग योर रिपोर्ट. वो प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, दे आर वर्किंग ओनली फॉर प्रॉफिट. सो इन दैट केस आई प्रीफर टू बी सेफ, एंड आपको मैं कम मार्क दे दूंगा, मैं आपको ज्यादा देके बाद में कम हो गया, दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम फॉर मी. 325 with CLB.
Yeah, you got to improve your English.
CLB 6 से कुछ नहीं.
Yeah, that's good. So we don't know how far you can go. You can go a little up actually.
We have counted CLB 7 only. Yeah. CLB 7 is 6 each.
It's only 6. I'm sure you can go.
अभी बात हुआ था CLB 9 का. आप CLB 9 के आ जाओ, आपका 410 420 हो जाएगा. Pretty good chance.
It's a good score.
And ये 325 किया है with a bachelor's degree in CLB 7.
Yeah.
अगर आपका मास्टर्स आ जाता है
तो फिर
and CLB 9 आ जाता है तो 430 या 440 के आसपास हो जाएगा.
You are the king of the hill then. You are right on the top.
The same question I'm doing a part-time master's from Mumbai University. It's a 3-year master's course. Master's in Information Management. Will that be considered or not?
Whether it is part-time or full-time doesn't make a huge difference. What matters, they do an assessment on the basis of the quality of your degree, university, the year in which you studied, the equivalency of your syllabus with Canadian courses, and your particular percentage. That is variable for each and every one of us.
Also, having a PGDBM and a master's as well, so will that be very additional?
Yes. तो समझो बैचलर्स है, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट डिप्लोमा है एंड प्लस मास्टर्स है, तब तो वो ये तो नहीं कर सकते कि आपका बैचलर्स डिग्री है, तो क्योंकि आपका पीजीडीबी भी कंसीडर करना पड़ेगा, वो भी कंसीडर करना पड़ेगा. One doubt that everyone has always is what they do is they evaluate your particular education to Canadian equivalency. यहाँ पे BHM में सबको पता रहेगा, बैचलर ऑफ होम्योपैथिक मेडिसिन एंड सर्जरी अप्लाई करो. Zero education, you are only 12th pass. Why? Because in Canada they have no equivalent syllabus. उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपका मास्टर्स नहीं है, but what they do is they compare your syllabus with the syllabus that they have over there. तो आपने यहाँ पे मास्टर्स में जो पढ़ा है वो अगर उनके यहाँ पे बैचलर्स में कवर होता है तो आपको बैचलर्स ही बोलेंगे. वाइसा वर्सा MBBS इज बैचलर्स या मास्टर्स? बैचलर्स डिग्री, बैचलर ऑफ मेडिसिन एंड बैचलर ऑफ सर्जरी. ओके, MBBS किया है उसको बोलते हैं मास्टर्स. क्यों? क्योंकि कनाडा में कोई MBBS नहीं होता, वो डायरेक्टली MD होता है. क्या कनाडा से कोई भी डॉक्टर अगर पास आउट होता है, ही इज एन MD, तो MD इज मास्टर लेवल पे है, तो डायरेक्टली आपको मास्टर्स दे देता है. LLB किया है, LLB I can do 5 years LLB after 12 or I can do a 3 year BCom and then 3 year EA. तो टेक्निकली तो 2 बैचलर्स डिग्री बोलने चाहिए. नहीं, कनाडा में पर्सन हु प्रैक्टिस लॉ इज अ मास्टर्स डिग्री होल्डर, तो इधर पे वो आपको वो डायरेक्टली मास्टर्स डिग्री दे देते हैं. बी फार्मेसी इंडिया में 3 साल 4 साल 5 साल का कोर्स है, उधर पे इट इज अ मास्टर्स कोर्स, तो आपको मास्टर्स मिलता है. तो दे एक्चुअली इवैल्यूएट योर थिंग. कोर्सेज ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल इन कनाडा. अगर कनाडा में कोई कोर्स नहीं है तो आपका इवैल्यूएशन 0 आ जाएगा.
डिप्लोमा इन सेफ्टी
कहाँ से किया है?
महाराष्ट्र स्टेट टेक्निकल एजुकेशन.
तो 3 साल वाला?
नो, 1 ईयर.
उसके पहले क्या किया?
डिप्लोमा इन इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग.
तो पहले अपने 3 साल का जो टेक्निकल बोर्ड का डिप्लोमा है वो किया है, उसके बाद में ये किया है. इसको बेस्ट केस में 1-2 ईयर डिप्लोमा एंड 1 ईयर डिप्लोमा सेट करेंगे. अगर नसीब अच्छा रहा तो 3 ईयर डिप्लोमा कंसीडर करेंगे पूरे एजुकेशन को मिला के. नहीं तो योर कंप्लीट योर नॉर्मल MSTB डिप्लोमा या इंडिया के जो भी इंजीनियरिंग के डिप्लोमास है 3 साल के, दैट दे गिव इक्विवेलेंसी ऑफ 2 इयर्स डिप्लोमा इन कनाडा. क्योंकि कनाडा ये अपने यहाँ पे 3 साल का जो सिलेबस है उधर को 2 साल में कंप्लीट करते हैं.
I have another question.
Yes, please. Yes. No problem. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got my brother-in-law, younger brother-in-law, absolute zero education. So he's 12, educated. IELTS cannot clear, but he's got enough property here. Is there a pathway for him as well? Absolutely not. So even the whole investor or
For becoming an investor client, you not only have to have money, but you also have to have business experience, business or managerial experience.
मैनेजर सीनियर मैनेजर.
Senior manager, of course.
तो कंपनी का GM है तो वो एक्सपीरियंस चल जाएगा.
Yeah. Yes.
Period with time that's become very compulsory, like as you got to have this. So will that also add on to the grading system?
Nothing in the point system. So for the points to be getting you some credits, it pretty much must be from a university or college, recognized accredited college. It doesn't matter international. We don't care about international. I was giving some examples yesterday. There are a lot of there could be many institutes and colleges in UK right now not accredited. I mean, they are international to me, but hey, we don't care who they are. Depending, maybe the syllabus is underrated, or maybe the quality has gone down. There's been some problems there or something. So don't get fooled on the word international degree or international experience. Eventually, it has to pass the scrutiny of WES or one of those ECA organizations.
One correction: India में college से autonomous degree जो मिलती है वो नहीं चलती. In Canada, colleges give their own diplomas, which is recognized and authorized by the Canadian authorities. India में ऐसे कोई तो कॉलेज खुल जाता है जो डिप्लोमा देते हैं, MBA देते हैं, कुछ भी देते हैं. इंडिया के कॉलेज का कॉलेज इशूड डॉक्यूमेंट इज नॉट वैलिड. टेक्निकल बोर्ड or university.
But these colleges are not giving degrees from the university; they are giving on from their own.
तो कुछ है ऐसे.
अच्छा ऐसे भी अच्छा.
Yesterday I spoke about Symbiosis, no? So Symbiosis has a Symbiosis International University. वो Symbiosis International University ने अगर डिग्री दिया तो वो रिकॉग्नाइज्ड है. Okay. उसके अलावा उनका Symbiosis मैनेजमेंट कॉलेज है, तो मैनेजमेंट कॉलेज डिग्री इशू करता है. Okay. तो वो रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं होता है. Yes, they will be checking it with their syllabus. दूसरे सबसे आपको इक्वलेंस देंगे.
Is there something?
आपका ग्रेजुएशन कहाँ है? एंड मास्टर्स भी देन वो डाउटफुल हो जाता है. सेम यूनिवर्सिटी से होता है. आपका ग्रेजुएशन पुणे से है एंड MBA MMS फॉर यू. ग्रेजुएशन चाहे बीकॉम पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी से किया है एंड MBA या MMS मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी से किया है, तो मैं कॉन्फिडेंटली बोलूंगा कि मास्टर्स देंगे. जब सेम यूनिवर्सिटी रहता है तो कभी कभी वो पंगा करता है. I cannot give any guaranteed answer for that. At 50% times they will consider master's degree. 50% of times they consider equal to master's degree. There is no fixed. Lucky नहीं कि ये ऐसा ही होगा. So I cannot tell on that.
Just to take this question, how was the opportunity for finance graduate? Finance, we got 6, 7, 8 years experience.
मैं
more of IT, more of Indian accounting, I'm not finance.
मैं यहाँ पे वीजा बेचने के लिए आया हूँ. ठीक है, आप मुझे फाइनेंस पूछो मैं बोलूंगा बहुत अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी. या IT पूछेंगे अच्छा बोलूंगा. उन्होंने और कुछ पूछा मैं बोलूंगा अच्छा है. डोंट गो और डोंट ट्रस्ट मी और हिम. आप फाइनेंस में एग्जैक्टली क्या काम कर रहे हो आपको ज्यादा अच्छा पता है, मुझे नहीं पता सर. मेरे लिए वो नहीं, मेरे लिए फाइनेंस एंड अकाउंटिंग मेरे लिए सेम आता है. यू जस्ट सेड दैट फाइनेंसिंग एंड अकाउंटिंग अलग अलग है. ठीक है, फॉर मी बोथ सेम. यू टेक सम टाइम. इन्होंने वेबसाइट खोला है.
I will give it to you. I'll give it to you.
आप थोड़ा सा टाइम स्पेंड करके.
So you know the focus of his message is very clear. We are here to invite some selected people to apply to become immigrants. Eventually, you land in Canada, you are responsible for your own career and job search and other things. No matter what people tell you, I tell you, whether you get a job. What if you don't get a job within 6 months and say, hey, you were telling me of this opportunity, how come I didn't get a job? So we don't want to get involved in any job search or how much money you make and whether you'll be happy or not. It is your own personal thing. The point system is designed to pick the best and brightest talent so that you are now in the close likelihood of actually getting the job you are saying that you have experience. But Canadian government will not give you the job. You have to run and train for yourself. So that's the truth.
Just adding to this, engineering admission 12th का percentage क्या है, कट ऑफ होता है, मेरिट लिस्ट लगती है, फिर एडमिशन मिलता है. हर कोई सेम परसेंटेज से पास आउट होता है कि नहीं होता है. पीपल मे बी सक्सेसफुल 50% and कोई 90% से भी पास आउट होता रहेगा. The same thing is here. The Canada government has designed a system which is equal for all of you, irrespective of your occupation and your education. They pick the best talent that they can. They are picking the best talent. अभी best talent को pick करने के बाद में उधर जाने के बाद what will happen with you? Everyone have different experiences. I had a group of 4 friends. Same education, same company में नौकरी किया, सब IT वाले लोग ही. चारों एक साथ वीजा के लिए अप्लाई किए, चारों को वीजा मिला उधर पे. One guy, first interview got a job. IT people will understand this. First job he got for $250,000 per annum. Super salary, $250,000 per annum. That's
a lot of salary by the way, any standard.
एक बंदे को जॉब job मिला टोरंटो में $1 per annum. Third guy got a job after 4 months in Halifax, $1,000 per annum. Halifax जाना पड़ा उसको. Halifax के सर को पूछ लेना, आप रिसर्च कर लेना.
It's way out in the Atlantic Ocean.
The fourth guy did not get a job for 1 year. क्या दोस्ती थे? So it is different for each and every person.
It's like somebody asking, four people are asking who will get married first. We have no idea who will get married first. There's a lot of variables here. Yes.
62.
Job search visa, job search or whatever.
I need to see. Not aware of.
We were talking about job search visa or something. Is that something? I have no idea what job search visa is.
Yes.
Yeah, after 3 years, then you are eligible to apply for citizenship, and then when you become citizen, then you can work in about 1.5 years.
I can directly work in the United States.
You can directly work there on something called a NAFTA visa. It has no quota, it has no restriction. If you are on the approved list, if you are an engineer, then it's on the list.
It is only for skilled occupations. And skilled occupations नहीं होता.
Yeah, so for example, like engineers, so they require that your job offer must be in engineering, you have a bachelor's of engineering degree, those things, and that's it. The visa is instantaneous. Within 5 minutes, right to the border, pay $50 US to get the visa right there. Not like H1B trouble. No. Just
162 is an investor visa.
Yeah, so that's the answer to question 3. No, it all depends on the contract of the job. If you get a 1-year contract, you can get it up to 3 years. No. In NAFTA visa, there's no limit on how many times you can get it renewed over and over again. There's no limit.
And that is available only to Canadian citizens, not to anyone else. So there's no limit.
So that's a wonderful for IT people. Sometimes if your dream is actually eventually to land up and bypass the H1B restriction, so Canadian citizenship is a way that provides that outlet.
How about bank statement before landing to the means we have to show a bank statement, like the amount in your bank. So what is the range like?
There's a big range. How many people are in the family?
Applying for Canada?
No. You need to show funds while you apply for the Canadian visa, correct? The amount of funds that you need to show varies according to your family size. If you are single, it is some $12,500. 2 people, it is some $50,000. 3 people, it is $90,000. 4 people, it is $22,500. And so on. It keeps increasing. And this amount is not a fixed amount. It changes with time. So, as per their inflation rate, they keep increasing it. It should be liquid funds. So FD is okay. FD mutual funds ELSS नहीं चलेगा. ELSS has a lock-in of 3 years नहीं चलेगा. FD normal FD चल जाएगा. There's one FD for income tax purposes which has a lock-in of 5 years. वो नहीं चलेगा. Anything which can be liquidated immediately. वो भी चलेगा. Shares equity, mutual funds, आपका PF, recurring deposit, FD.
Whatever amount is withdrawable.
नहीं, PPF है तो what is withdrawable? PPF is withdrawable limits. PF does not have withdrawable limits because आप जाने के पहले आप इधर पर नौकरी तो छोड़ोगे तो पूरा तो withdraw कर सकते हो. तो PF पूरा दिखा सकते हो. EPF, sorry, this PPF public provident fund आप पूरा नहीं दिखा सकते हो. उनका जो भी withdrawal का लिमिट है उसके हिसाब से बैंक से लेटर लाना पड़ेगा कितना पैसा वो withdraw कर सकता है. तो you can claim that. FD you can show the amount, no problem. क्योंकि FD आप किसी भी amount liquidate कर सकते हो. Not the maturity amount, your FD amount, basic amount can be calculated. Yes, current market value.
$490. for husband and wife. For children, is free. So it's better to take some children for free. Yes. Yes, please.
Your discussion will be going on. If anybody want to enroll and check the eligibility, I will be happy to tell you that our standard fees for the couple registration to country registration is 1900 GST. Anybody over here want to get registered for 2 countries or for couple registration, it will be only 1300 GST. So I would suggest you while leaving, if you need to get registered and you want to check the eligibility, take the benefit of this package. Thank you so much. So please.
It might be better just to get your points checked for Canada and Australia both, so that you have a little comparative, model here where I'm going or what is the potential of anywhere. Yeah, at least you know what is eligibility. Yes, sir. Elementary education, Canada. Yes. What about education? I like that question. Exactly, it is free, by the way. Most education in US and Canada, they are the universal education model, which means that as a taxpayer, we are contributing money to pay for these services. So the public funded schooling system is like, wherever I'm living, whatever the closest school is, I need to send my children there. This is still grade 12. After grade 12, you have to pay. So I don't have to pay any tuition fees for my children to study there. That is everywhere in Canada, everywhere in the US. What government facilities do you want? From day one.
Education from day one. Medicals.
There's a waiting time in some provinces.
For the first 6 months, you need to take your own medical insurance. After 6 months, you are covered by the government medical. You don't need to pay anything in the hospital.
But in some provinces, not. Like in Alberta, there's no waiting time where I am. So let's say you are.
The people generally go to Toronto.
If you are, So in BC also there must be because they want to ensure that when you are living there, you are actually living there before you're settling yourself. That's why maybe there's a waiting time. But I know in Alberta, when I went to Alberta, and still today, you landed, you have an address there, and that's it. You are covered from day one.
Benefits you get after you have worked in Canada for at least 1 year, and if you are unemployed, by compulsion, not by choice. So some benefits practically day one से चालू हो जाते हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि रुक जाते हैं.
More questions on. That is correct. That is correct. It's not called NGOs. They are funded by the federal government. They are called settlement agencies, immigrant settlement agencies. And Government of Canada is spending close to $400 to $450 million every year to help new immigrants find settlement assistance. For example, you need help on finding a house where to live. Need job search help, resume preparation. Maybe some people need training in English, and that's provided free, by the way. Some people need help in help plan for your finances. If you open a bank account and insurance account and other things, how to apply for a driver's license. There are a lot of early settlement issues that a person who's new they need, and that is provided by these settlement providers. And you can go to CSC website and find a list of all the settlement agencies in whichever city, in whichever province you are headed, and you can see the list. And sometimes, actually, I've seen some cases here when the visa is being issued or they are asking for a passport. At the same time, the Canadian High Commission in Delhi will send you a welcome email saying that this is the list of all these organizations. You should start making contacts in advance so that they can prepare you well. And sometimes in countries like I've seen in Hong Kong, actually, they have a seminar in Hong Kong already in advance before they actually head out to. Who does that? CIIB, yes, CIIB. Canadian Immigration Integration Project, or one of those, I think some of those. So they provide you all those early departure advanced information, what to expect, how much, what kind of clothes do you need, and education. Sometimes you need, transcripts for your school children, to get to the necessary pay, those kind of information. So there's a huge amount of homework and preparation that they give you, so that you are in the right frame of mind to be successful. Because they want you to be successful. That's the main idea. All right, we are concluding. I think we are run out of all the questions now, guys. How about at the back? You know all the answers? Yeah. Okay. How about here? Everybody good? You didn't ask any questions. Just a couple of questions. Yes. Yes. You need to check out your points. See how many points you have for Canada and Australia. Let's see which one makes sense for you. I would say take it easy. Yes. Yes. Australia, maybe yes. I do not know. There's not a, in federal government in Canada Express Entry. There's no all occupations have the same importance, but in provinces some occupations are highlighted as in demand. Not all provinces, some of them. So you need to go and check in them which one is in demand. What is the occupation? Huh? I don't see any banker. There could be like a financial analyst somewhere. I'm not. I can check into it.
Your profile is a general profile. जहाँ पे settlement है वहाँ पे बैंक है, वहाँ पे आपके लिए नौकरी.
That's a good answer.
I'm not joking.
Yes.
Say petroleum engineer. इंडिया में पेट्रोल बनता है, वो आसाम में बनता है, नहीं तो ये बॉम्बे हाई में बनता है. पुणे में बैठकर नौकरी नहीं मिलने वाली है, नौकरी करना है तो बॉम्बे हाई पे जाओ, नहीं तो आसाम में जाओ. बैंकर आसाम में भी मिलेगी, पुणे में भी मिलेगी, मुंबई में भी मिलेगी, एंड आप क्या वो खोपड़ी जाओगे, कालीबाग जाओगे, उधर पे भी मिलेगी.
I like your answer. That's a good answer. Yes.
General profile say HR, banking, sales, across the country there would be vacancies. कहीं पे सैलरी कुछ ज्यादा मिलेगी, कहीं पे कम मिलेगी. That would be a variable factor. It is variable even in the same city. कि आपको कौन एम्प्लॉय करता है उसके हिसाब से सैलरी मिलेगी. But opportunities are there across the country. IT वाले को कोल्हापुर में नौकरी चाहिए तो क्या नौकरी मिलने वाली है? वो पुणे में मिलेगी, मुंबई में मिलेगी, क्योंकि अच्छी कंपनी से यहाँ है. The same goes to for Canada also. IT वैंकूवर जाए, टोरंटो है या मॉन्ट्रियल, क्यूबेक, यहाँ पे अच्छे बड़े कंपनियां हैं, तो उधर पे अच्छी सैलरी मिल जाएगी. उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि कनाडा के दूसरे पार्ट में नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी, बट लो लेवल की कोई तो नौकरी मिलेगी, लो लेवल सैलरी मिलेगा. दैट इज फॉर IT. बट अदर जनरल ऑक्यूपेशंस यू शुडंट बी वरीड कि डिमांड है नहीं है. वो बाय डिफॉल्ट वो डिमांड क्रिएट होती है.
You can never get rejected from Express Entry. You will be in the pool languishing because of lack of points, but you can never be thrown out of Express Entry. Maybe 12 months you have to renew your profile. So if you have low points, that's what the low points you have. There's no refusal. That you cannot be ejected from the Express Entry pool. Is that what the question is? Yes. It's upon you. It's upon you. You can apply for any nomination programs whenever they open. We don't know when they open. Sometimes they open and close quite erratically. So you have to keep on a watch out of who's opening and must have your documents in the profile valid and valid all the time so that you can jump on. Because the online application, you have to apply quickly, immediately in a different time zone. And there's always a lack of quota though.
Nominee programs are basically the federal government give certain quota to the provinces so that they can use it as per their wish. A small part of that is used through express entry or for foreigners. Maximum part of the quota is used locally. उधर के किसी एम्प्लॉय को किसी को हायर करना है तो उसके लिए वो कोटा यूज करते हैं. या someone is setting up a business over there, investor class, entrepreneur class, someone wants to set up a business over there, they use the quota for that. They have a very limited quota for people who are abroad, for foreigners, direct application के लिए. In that, they generally use those occupations which they are facing shortage locally. So which province is going to face shortage in which occupation is something that your prediction is as good as mine. अगर किसी province में आपको occupation shortage में आता है and उनका कोटा खुला है, you can definitely apply. Province nominee और PMP programs लॉटरी की तरह, लकी ड्रॉ की तरह. लक है तो लगेगा, नहीं तो नहीं लगेगा. एक्सप्रेस एंट्री, देयर इज नो लक और लॉटरी सिस्टम. मेरिट में आओगे तो होगा, नहीं तो नहीं होने वाला है. Like sir said, you have 420, 425 points, you are decent enough to go. And getting 420, 425 points is not something which is practically impossible. You only have to work on your work on English. IELTS examination कुछ rocket science नहीं है. I've had people. Anyone attempted IELTS here? कभी? ठीक है. कोई भी मॉडल. एक 10 पास बंदा IELTS में मैक्सिमम कितना स्कोर कर सकेगा? आपके हिसाब से? 6. I have a client. जेई में उसका नाम नंबर भी दे देता हूँ. 10th पास व्हीकल पेंटर का काम करता था. 10th के बाद में बगल के गैरेज में लग गया, डेंटिंग एंड पेंटिंग का काम सीख गया. ठीक है. उसको मैंने बोला था कि IELTS 6 इंच कम से कम लेके, क्योंकि ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए 6 इंच मैंडेटरी है. He studied for 1 year. First attempt 777 6.5. If he can get that kind of score, 10th पास बंदा जो गाड़ी रिपेयर करता है, there is no reason why people cannot get 777 and 8, or maybe better scores also. Everyone of us on a daily basis we speak English. It is only about your preparation. The last time any one of you must have given an examination, pen paper examination, 5 साल पहले, 8 साल पहले, 10 साल पहले, 15 साल पहले. अभी पेन पेपर की किसी की आदत नहीं रहती है. You get up and go to give IELTS examination, you are not going to get good scores. You need to put in efforts, practice. And IELTS is not a difficult thing at all.
Yeah, let me ask you this: is India equal opportunity employer? Huh? It is. You feel so? Good. Similarly is Canada, and there are laws in place to avoid any prejudice or any discrimination in employment. Oh, I don't think it has anything to do with your job readiness or job application.
Or visa.
No. Yeah. I don't think so.
In visa, medicals can be a problem. If you have a serious medical problem, which requires regular hospitalization or regular specialist care, then it can be a problem and your visa can be rejected. You do not require any medical attention. You do not require any hospitalization. So no problems with that. Yes. He has white patches, so it will be a problem.
It has no problem. Yes, the people, once you become the PR of Canada and you want to sponsor your parents or grandparents on a family sponsorship for PR, you have to have minimum of 3 years of income shown in your income tax return. So that means practically you have to wait for 3 years before you are eligible, having sufficient income to sponsor them. You or your wife, combination of income, we have a chart, and I can show you the chart. That is to see if you have enough income to sponsor your parents. So answer to questions, minimum 3 years income tax, yes. People who want to wait, they can wait for 3 years. People who do not want to wait, if they want to bring their parents on a long-term visa to live with them, as soon as you have proof of income or job letter or anything, the paycheck, there's another chart for that. You can apply for them for a super visa, which will allow your parent or grandparent to live with you without working or without doing anything as a long-term visitor on something called super visa. So that is a quickest, earliest path that they can stay with you if you don't want to abandon them in India while you're gone there.
Super visa is basically a visitor visa. On a normal visitor visa, a person is allowed to stay there for a maximum period of 180 days. On a super visa is only for parents and grandparents. On a super visa, they can stay there for a maximum period of 2 years in a single entry. That is the difference.
How long is it take? It's all
What?
What's the question?
How long does it take to get this visa?
Oh, is the same visa application or tourist visa, so close to 6 weeks, whatever time it takes. On that application, instead of a regular tourist visa, you click super visa, and the question changes. That's
okay. Anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks, depending on the parent's age. If they are below 55, medical should not be required. The process is in 2 weeks' time. If the age is higher, then they will be required to take some medical examinations, because of which the case gets delayed. You need to pay for that health insurance.
And that's the key.
That to be submitted with the visa application.
That's the key. The government of Canada is inviting your parents to stay with you. They are not as a permanent resident, but as a guest that you are sponsoring, so that you can be with your grandchildren and the rest of the family there. You need to take care of their medical insurance needs. That means you have to prepay in advance the medical insurance for the whole year, 1 year at a time, up to 2 years, so that you do it. And they must, just like you said, they must not have any medical problem, because if they have a medical problem, I've had some cases where people had issues about kidney dialysis or long-term, very seriously high diabetic supplies requirements, something. So the medical examination done at the Indian level here, I think the panel physician will deem them inadmissible, and so then they will not qualify for a visa. So 2 things in short: they must be medically okay, and second is that your sponsor, you must have paid in advance the medical insurance fee. That's, if everything is done, you get that quickly, like anything.
So you have to close it now, because
yes. We'll get that. So I'll take this one last question and we'll wrap up, and then you can all the ID and everything from them outside. One last question. Anybody? Final question, then we wrap this up. No question? I'll give you outside. I'll give you outside after this. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish you well, and wish to see some of you in Canada. Give me a call when you arrive there. All right. Thank you. Take care.